Here's more wrestling news for March 24th, 2023, and we're starting off with Bill Goldberg, and it was confirmed this week that the Hall of Famer is a free agent and has not been under a WWE contract since January 1st. AEW's Tony Khan has spoken recently about the possibility of bringing Goldberg in, something he originally considered back in 2019, but now another promotion may be making their play. On Twitter, Impact Wrestling's Jordynne Grace shared a photo at the airport with the former Universal Champion and said she was trying to convince the hottest free agent to come to Impact. Interestingly, this isn't the first time Goldberg's name has been tied to Impact Wrestling, as during a recent episode of his My World podcast, Jeff Jarrett revealed that Goldberg was approached to join TNA in 2003 before he signed with WWE. At the time, Goldberg backed out of a possible deal with TNA, citing the presence of Vince Russo in the company as the reason why, but Impact Wrestling has been Russo-free for many years now. It's been reported that several companies have already approached Goldberg about a deal for him to wrestle a few matches and finish his career, and where do you want to see the legend end up? Sound off in the comments. If you've watched Being the Elite, you'll know that the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and the rest of the cast aren't afraid of poking fun at others. Back when Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler were still the Revival in WWE, the Elite debuted their catchphrase, "F the Revival," which didn't sit well with either member of the team. Speaking to Fightful Select, Harwood explained how he had never spoken to the Young Bucks prior to their anti-Revival skits, and he didn't appreciate the dig. Harwood explained, "My little sensitive ass. Of course I was a little upset at first when I heard it, because those motherfuckers didn't even come to me and talk to me about this, they just did it. Then I was like, well hold on, it's getting us over more than anything else on WWE TV." By the end of their WWE run, the Revival were wearing FTR on their trunks, which, depending on who you asked, either stood for F the Revival and showed they wanted out, or Forever the Revival and showed they wanted to stay in WWE. In the end, the Revival have adopted the FTR name as their own and have become huge successes with that name, but Harwood was far from pleased with the origins of that name. We've got some unfortunate news to report now, as former WWE superstar Black Bart has been diagnosed with colon cancer. On his official Facebook account, the former NWA National Heavyweight Champion announced his diagnosis, saying the stage 4 cancer has spread to his liver, but he's not going to roll over and let this beat him. After a lengthy career in various promotions, Bart arrived in the WWF in 1990 and would face some of the promising names of the day, and at one point, even challenged for the WWF World Tag Team Championships, which were held by the Hart Foundation at the time. After his in-ring career ended, Bart became a trainer and trained future WWE champion John Bradshaw Layfield, and we'd like to wish our best to Black Bart at this difficult time. We've got some news from Impact Wrestling now, as today is the company's Sacrifice event, but one of the promotion's biggest stars has been pulled from the show. As Impact confirmed on social media, Impact Wrestling Knockouts World Champion Mickie James won't be competing on the show, and this is due to an injury. It wasn't stated what the injury is that is keeping the veteran out of the ring, but we do know that James was originally scheduled to defend her title against Giselle Shaw. More information will be revealed tonight on the show, including the fate of the Knockouts World Championship, but whatever the case may be, don't expect Mickie James on tonight's show. With WrestleMania 39 taking place in Hollywood this year, it's expected that some names in entertainment will be appearing during the broadcast, but one who won't is Lele Pons. This week, Pons claimed that she had received a lucrative offer to join WWE, which her husband later clarified was in the ballpark of $20 million, but apparently that's not the case. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select now reports that this claim simply isn't true, and according to one source in WWE, the company did not offer her anywhere close to that dollar amount. When asked about the $20 million offer, the WWE source joked, "That's generous of us," and noted that this is far more than anything Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns would receive for a year's work. $20 million is the number Floyd Mayweather claimed WWE paid him for facing The Big Show at WrestleMania 24 in 2008, but the boxer's actual payday was nowhere near that. It was also noted that Lele Pons might have meant $20 million in Venezuelan currency, which is still over $825,000 American, and at a time when WWE are looking to cut costs for Mania to look more profitable to potential buyers, nobody is making $20 million on the show, especially not a popular YouTuber. One name who will be at WrestleMania and will be paid extremely well is Brock Lesnar, who will be facing the Nigerian giant Omos next weekend. Recently, the Beast Incarnate was spotted saying goodbye to people backstage at Raw in an out-of-character move for the usually solitary Lesnar, and has led to questions about his WWE future. It has been rumored that Lesnar is wrapping up his career with WWE, and that's certainly what Lesnar's old adversary Kurt Angle believes. Speaking with Rewind, Recap, Relive, the Olympian was asked about Lesnar and was confident that the former world champion is wrapping up his WWE career. When asked about why Lesnar would choose to retire now, Angle stated that it isn't anything to do with the power change backstage as some have suggested, and that Triple H is a great leader. Instead, Angle's view is that Brock is simply ready to retire, and that the 45-year-old Beast has simply had enough of working in the ring. As one of WWE's best paid stars who also made his name in the UFC, it's not like Lesnar needs to keep working, so fans of the Beast Incarnate should enjoy him while they still have the chance. Last month, Mercedes Mone captured the IWGP Women's Championship in her first match since leaving WWE, and now the former superstar has her first title defense. New Japan have announced that Mone will put her IWGP Women's Championship on the line against Hazuki and AZM in a triple threat match at the promotion's Sakura Genesis show on April 8th, and Mone will look to prove that her title win over Kairi wasn't a fluke. And we're ending today with Seth Rollins, who is no stranger to using social media, and this week, the Architect fired off some posts that had fans confused. On Twitter, Rollins' name was changed to Abatrum, who with his bio now reading Financial Services, and the account promoted a new NFT from, quote, "My buddy the Undertaker." Clearly, Rollins' account was hacked, and thankfully this hacking didn't last long, as if you look on his account now, the profile is back to being what it was before. With Twitter's verification process changing dramatically as of late, Rollins isn't the only prominent name to have their account hacked. So if Alexa Bliss slides into your DMs promising sexy single women in your area, we advise against handing over your credit card details.